Hi friends, welcome to Sailing Liberty.
We're really glad you're back.
In a spirit of St. Patrick's Day, Dad got me this crazy awesome cool green bikini.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day everybody. Woo.
We wanted to go out and have a great day outdoors, catch some lobster. Dad promised to catch me a lobster when I make a lobster risotto.
Oh yeah.
Dad is looking at the chart that our friend Darrell sent us, and we are going lobstering. It's an amateur hour in here, people on power boats. We're in our first location, maybe the only location, and Dad is getting the hookah hooked up, and then we're gonna see if we're gonna find lobsters. We're pretty close to the land. The beach is right there, but we're gonna start with the simple location. And on this side, the Gilligan's Island is protecting us from all the crazy powerboaters, so it's kind of like a protective area a bit. But long and behold, our hookah gave up. The melted wires, we almost had a boat wire. Something is really wrong.
Major problems with our DC hookah, and that is a big problem because
Yeah.
the hookah is a crucial part of our plans for the future, for getting food, getting under the water, and spending as much time as necessary from the dinghy underwater. So we're gonna figure it out, but we just don't know how.
We just don't know it yet.
Plus, we got other survival projects coming up. That's all today
On Sailing Liberty!
We're gonna take it to the next level with these hookahs. We just learned a little bit of unknown information, and we're gonna keep a positive attitude, make it work, figure it out, and press forward with a new plan. I gotta turn them into flatheads, basically. I need to get the Dremel on them. I guess now we know there's a filter there, and the air actually gets sucked in right here. Well, I tell you what, a Dremel tool definitely comes in handy more often than you would ever think. It really does. Gasket. So this is actually the crankshaft right here. I have to take this thing to the next level and get out of this zone for sure, because this is not ready for prime time on the sea.
Impact.
Yep. If this doesn't work, I'll just get a bigger hammer. Just saying.
Manhandling. Well, you're lucky it's not frozen shut and we got it apart at all.
Yeah, every fastener's come loose so far, so this is great.
Salty dog life, nowhere to hide. Good, bad, ugly, nowhere to hide. Sharks swimming deep beneath the foam. Whiskey warm makes me feel at home.
Protect from rain and spray.
Yeah.
Not water resistant. If it isn't.
We did not know anything.
Instead of this thing.
No, the other hookahs, you can float them. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I mean, they must be a little bit water resistant, right?
kind of assume that it is water resistant.
Yeah. How could it not be? It'd be ridiculous.
Guess I should disconnect the wires too at this point. What's the point?
Well, on a good note, at least we haven't broken any hardware off in these castings, so we have a chance to possibly get this thing back on track, God willing. I don't see any reason you wouldn't just use stainless hardware on a product like this. I mean, you're buying boxes of 100 of everything. It's got to be barely any difference in price. Totally, you know, $1 or $2 for 100 pieces. You need 4 per unit. I mean, come on. It's like 25 cents per unit to have a, you know, stainless steel or brass hardware or whatever.
And they weren't cheap.
Oh no, they were competitive for sure, but they weren't cheap.
The units we bought.
Yeah, this was a significant investment. All the bezels are rusting. Just a lot going on here. I've already replaced the wiring and everything, and this is one of my splices here. So it's not like we haven't done some maintenance on these.
Well, we're gonna buy a bunch of new hardware and such, fix everything, and show it how it's done.
Once again, the good thing is it happened here in the harbor where we have access to anything we need and get it pretty quick. So every time something goes wrong in the harbor is the best time for it and a blessing in disguise.
Whoa!
I got a feeling this is a clue that's going to lead to where the problem is. Guess we're going to find some corrosion in here. Let's see if we can find it quick and deal with it head on.
Sometimes you can't bring those motors back and you just have to get a new one.
Yeah.
Like with our windlass.
Yeah.
These are brushes?
They look great. They're huge.
That's good.
Tons of life left in them.
Okay.
It's like they're all springing nicely.
Ooh.
So there's corrosion around here. This is, I guess, a steel housing. It's a lot of, see, that's where the short comes from. You get your rust chips, and then they short out the windings.
So
if we clean it up, it might work. We might have to pull the whole armature out, get everything cleaned up in there, and I got a feeling we're on the right track. I never really wanted to learn about motor maintenance or motor restoration or whatever you call this, but
you're the top mechanic on #1 on Liberty.
yeah,
On this boat.
I'm first call no matter what the problem. So at least I get to eat for free. When's lunch? Freed up, it's moving now.
Is it moving?
Yeah, I can turn it by hand now.
Wow, Dad, I think you're really getting it figured out. This project was thrust upon us because we never expected Hookah is not waterproof. Should have a sign like, do not eat this wrapper in the restaurant. But it is not water resistant, so we have to fix it and make it work and figure out in the future, do a little casing or anything, so we can keep the Hookah working, because this is our lifeline, how we catch fish in here, and they can catch lobsters in Keys. So I really hope we get it fixed.
Yeah, we can rebuild her, I hope, and make her better than she was.
Yeah, just in time for lobster season to be over.
Yeah, we only got 2 weeks left.
Yeah, in the end of the March it's over, so maybe we can go next week.
Hopefully.
Quickly, quick one.
Maybe this weekend.
There's our piston, look at that. Okay, she's out. We got the shaft freed up. We didn't lose our registration of this timing thing, even though I did take a picture.
Woo!
So it looks like the rust has damaged some of the coating on here. It's abrasive. I don't know much about this type of stuff, but that might be okay, it might not be, I don't know. Everything else looks pretty decent.
It's rust inside.
Yep.
See if we can't get this sucker cleaned up and put it back together and give it a try.
So what Ted is doing, he knocks off the big chunks of rust with the wire wheel. Now Ted is getting aggressive and he really wants to penetrate the rust with the carbide tip rasp. Now to finish it up, he's gonna put a clean finish with the stone wheel.
Got it?
Yep.
All right, Helen, great job. I think you got everything out. A little wipe with the rag. I got the last little bit of crumbs and like the really powdery stuff out of there. Go ahead and coat it with Lanacoat. It doesn't offer any toxins that might get into the airflow because apparently the air does flow through part of this housing. Not this part, but still, let's just play it safe. Let's kind of grease this up with some lanolin. So in the future, the moisture won't jump right in and start rusting this so quickly.
Great job restoring this unit, Dad. It looks pretty good. I hope we made the right choice using Atlantic coat. This is one of our favorite things. Oops. So the next step tomorrow is getting the new hardware. We're gonna get all the stainless steel hardware, gonna hit the Home Depot. If they don't have it, then we're gonna go drive half an hour in the other end of the town and in the specialty hardware where I'm sure they're supposed to have it. So I'm really happy of the progress. What do you think, Dad?
You know what? I think it's serviceable and I have high hopes that it'll all work when we get it put back together.
Yeah, can you imagine buying all this hardware and then it doesn't work?
Well, I can't imagine putting it together with the rusty old hardware and then taking it apart again and putting we just got to do it.
Okay.
Tomorrow is a field trip.
Tomorrow is a new day.
Awesome.
But
Amen.
Today we have to prepare with another cold front coming, and we're gonna get the rain gutter installed. This is Ted's baby project. He loves this project, and we're gonna get it done and get it ready for the rain and storm to be coming in here.
All right, we're going to use food grade silicone that we have left over from the tank repair for our water tank, and we're going to go ahead and start gluing this stuff down.
Storm clouds brew dark, leave their cold mark. For the salty dog life, it's a wild ride.
It's going to go right down the edges, right to almost to the tape, okay?
Okay.
That it's good. Come towards me some more. Quickly I want to get the next piece in real quick.
Good, bad, ugly, always by my side. Salty dog life, nowhere to hide. Good, bad, ugly, nowhere to hide.
It's in. This project always was really important to me because it gives us 2 ways to have water on board, and that's important. You always need a backup to your backup, and if you have one more backup, that's even better. But I never thought it was going to be so beautiful. And that's all Ray at Bobcat Metals here in Marathon. He is just, he's got the materials, the skill, and he's a great guy. Sailors love going there and make their dreams come true. Thanks, Ray, making our dreams come true. I guess we're out of the gutter and down the drain. The tourists just love it. They get a ride around Boot Key Harbor, who knows, maybe even on the bay side, I don't know. But you know what, if you never get to go on a boat, I bet it's worth the $100. We've spent a few more than that to get on a boat, so God bless them, having a great time. Getting a little tweak on this just to get it. I want to wrap this on the outside and everything else goes on the inside. Ray gave us this tool to borrow to make sure we could get it all fitted just so. Little craftsmanship right at the end to bring it all together. Installed in situ, as the French would say. Let's see where we're at. This piece needs a little bit more tweaking, so I don't want to mess up. I should have tweaked it out first. I don't want to mess up my seal that I have here along the bottom edge, so I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to throw the silicone in the freezer to slow down the chemical reactions, tape it off, hopefully keep it from drying out on me, and I'll come back and get work on this one, but I want this seal to be dry. If I start manhandling this too much, I might mess up this seal we have right here at the solar panel, and that is not worth it. They say that caution is the better part of valor. So let's live to fight another day, as they say.
Yeah, what? I was going outside, filming.
I'm like, I don't find you anywhere. I thought you went over the board.
No, we're just filming. The camera guys always survive.
Oh. Yeah, because otherwise we can
I'll get the footage.
Oh.
We are about to order electric motor and we are looking in Amazon and they're all sold out, probably because of the world situation. A lot of sailors like us want to be one step ahead and are thinking about going electric because we don't know if we can buy gas anymore. Amazon is sold out, so we might have to buy one from eBay.
All right, so this is the same thing on eBay that we were looking at on Amazon. 48 volt hang high electric outboard trolling motor, short shaft, 1200 watts, and it looks like it's including shipping, and it's $286. So I think we're going to just go ahead and buy it now before they're out.
We don't know what's gonna happen, but it doesn't look very great.
We're always going to be essential to each other.
Yeah.
And we're essential to you guys because we're all working together here as a team, and you guys have proven that you're always there for us and you back us up every step of the way. So
Yeah.
we're not going to quit. We're not going to give up, and we're going to keep coming up with great ideas to keep things going forward no matter what.
Yeah, and the motor is not that expensive. It's $300, but it's gonna be like 2/3 of our YouTube income.
The main thing is we're going to be able to use it without gas and get ourselves around. We'll have oars, gas, and electric, multimodal options galore. And with this $800 battery coming in from the sponsorship, you know what? We just got to add a little bit of our own salt on top of the meat and go ahead and be ready for whatever may come. Let's buy it now. All right, here we go. We're going to just go ahead and dive right in, make bold moves, and give ourselves options. You know, we wanted a motor for the other dinghy, for the Sweet Helen anyway. I think this will probably also drive the big dinghy fine. Got the battery coming for free. I say just go ahead right in and invest in this, and let's confirm and pay.
I guess rice and beans are back in menu, boys.
Well, in the interest of being prepared for anything and knowing what I know, and that we've seen lots of people end up out in the middle of nowhere and have problems with their mixing elbow, and that is a tough one because it's a totally custom item. It varies from engine installation to engine installation, and this one is no different, I'm sure. So we're gonna see if we can't pull it up here, find it. I think it's gonna be on Transatlantic Marine, and see what's offered. But in the meantime, we're gonna go and get a piece of hose because that hose looks really old. We can't see the date on it, but we can tell it's looking lumpy, bumpy, and pretty crispy on the edges. And if it's the same vintage as the hoses we've already changed leading up to that area, it's way past, it's 20 years or whatever old, and it's gonna be a failure point for sure. So we're gonna go and see what we can do over at West Marine. Hopefully we can grab it. Fortunately, it's not too big of a piece. It's only a 2-inch, and it's only less than 2 feet long. So that's almost gonna be like the minimum piece they're going to be selling over there as far as my previous checking. And who knows, you got to start, you got to dig in, you got to look for problems before they happen, or you're going to be the victim of neglect and on the wrong side of that proposition. That's aluminum.
Yeah.
That's like a original, I'm sure.
They do it nowadays in stainless steel.
Yeah, so we're going to see what's out there. Hopefully we can find something. This part is like black pipe. This flange, I guess, is custom. Just got to dig it in, as some girl on board always says, and find out what's what. Don't stick your head in the sand. Look for answers.
I decided to get the hose at least to have it on board because we don't know what's going to happen in the world. And I wanted to have it on board so we have the item and can change it when we need to change the hose. It has been always in marine catastrophes, underlying mechanical issue, going out in a bad weather, and then bunch of bad decisions to follow and egos to clash. So we don't want any of that on this shipboard, and we're gonna be proactive, not to be reactive.
An unfortunate chain of events.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yeah, so let's go to West Marine. We want to do today something because last night was rough. It was raining a lot, and it is cold front here. Cold and windy.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's the last cold front coming through, and now it's gonna be a summer.
There's snow in the forecast, but not here.
Tying into the mangroves. Very excited. Hope we have some points and we can get all we need. Okay, 2025, so it's new. It's 2-inch hose and 2 feet like we need, and somehow it takes the turn, so it can be squeezed in there. It's gonna be a tough one.
Well, another trip to Home Depot, this time with a towel full of rusty, crappy hardware from our Hookah. What a disappointment. Not even one match though here at Home Depot. That's what really disappointing. But we did use their little figure it out thing, and we figured it out, took some notes, and jumped on our bikes. It's a 3-mile upwind bike ride to Specialty Hardware. Been hearing about Specialty Hardware ever since we got here to the island, and never got there until now. And here it is, Specialty Hardware. Hopefully they will solve all our problems.
I made it. I let Ted go first because I couldn't keep up, so he doesn't waste time to close 5 p.m. It's a little BS job, but it takes whole day just to get the hardware.
Starboard side, hon. Stop it.
Hi, Ted.
This is my wife, Helen.
Hello, Helen.
What's
Hi.
your name, Captain?
Jim. What's your
Jim.
name?
Ted.
Ted.
Did you
Good to know
find
Jim.
something?
Okay, we're making progress. Jim's
Oh.
taking notes.
2 for 2.
He's going to get us out of here before they close. Looks like they have a little bit of a taper. Then they fit an 8mm hole on the gauge, on the
That goes in that hookah thing.
Yeah, I mean,
That's all.
yeah, it was in the Hookah. I think they went into the casting or something for end cap or something like that. This is great. These guys have everything so far. Yeah.
So what did we say, 437?
That's what you said. Yes, sir.
Better write that down.
I don't know what the weather's doing where you are, but this wind storm, just like wind for days and days. No rain, nothing, just wind, wind, wind blowing from the north non-stop for days, a week. It's really starting to get to us, and it's weird. It's just not what I'm used to. I don't know whether that you think of weather, you think of rain or snow or sleet or hail or whatever, but not just wind, endless wind.
The sleepless nights are what gets to us. That's why we are rather buying some equipment we need and not working on the stuff, because we don't want to get injured, and we are tired and we are barely functioning when we have lack of sleep. And every night we are worried about the boats dragging, if we are dragging, even though we have a great ground tackle. One boat already was dragging, so definitely can't sleep very well.
Yeah, the boat's just bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
Everything's clanking.
Run for your lives!
Well, it's been a rough couple of days with the stormy weather and the sleepless nights, but we're getting things done slowly but surely. It's a tight fit. This is coming out so great. Talked with Ray yesterday, highly recommended using a couple of fasteners on each side. We didn't really have the right rivets, so we're going to go ahead and just use some tiny screws. I think they're like 632s and a couple of acorn nuts per side, and lock it in, and then we're going to hit it again with the silicone sealant and seal it all up, watertight and food grade. All right, we are there. A little smearing some goo around, and ready for the rain. Oh, we're gonna have to get a hose, some kind of setup. Maybe we're gonna develop a filter system or whatever. We gotta work on that. Think about it. If you guys have any ideas on that, let me know. Maybe it goes to a little tank and then a pump and then a real filter, or maybe gravity fed. I don't know, but that's all in the future. We're gonna go ahead and get hooked up in case we get some rain. We want to control where it goes, because now it's stuck in the trough, and when you don't want it overflowing back into the cockpit. Got one hose clamp on here. Perfect, that looks good. Never can tell, maybe we'll scrub the decks or pre-soak some laundry or something, but let's start out by collecting this rainwater and use it for something. I guess if the quality's unknown, we'll just use it to clean the deck. All right, that's on there. Cleaner. Okay, and right into a laundry tub, and get a little freeload of water. That's 10 gallons, and if that gets full, it can just overflow and right out the scuppers. All right, mission accomplished. Oh yeah, that is our alternate way to get water. Work water, rainwater, shower water, you name it. Wow, this thing looks amazing. Can't wait to see it work. Wow, great sear on those.
This is beautiful. This stove kicks ass. It's like the hottest I ever used.
A Betty stove ever, yeah. It's amazing.
Wow.
All right, steaks are ready now. The star of the show.
Yeah, this is my second door of the fridge. So when I'm lazy or I have too much stuff there, I'm like going in here and taking stuff from the fridge or the freezer. Till the steaks are sitting for 10 minutes. I'm gonna make a salad. The sprouts are ready. I already tasted them. Radish sprouts. They are tasting like horseradish, like a nice twang, and they are my favorite sprouts ever because it has such a flavor profile. So gonna go in here. They're quite spicy. I'm gonna mix them into my salad. This is my beautiful salad I made. avocado, cucumber, 3 sorts of peppers, horseradish sprouts, dill, carrot, and parsley. Look at that.
With fresh radish sprouts.
Yes, beautiful.
Thanks, Laura, for the treat.
Yes, thank you, Laura. And what I do now, some more spiciness, sriracha sauce. Put it bravely. Don't be weak. And organic sour cream. We always want organic milk products because it's less glyphosate.
Cooling, spicy and cold, hot and cooling. Hot and cooling.
Little bit pepper, salt.
And combining.
Back in the day when I used to live in New York and in Tallinn, when I used to take care of myself, we used to eat healthy all the time because we were working to other people. Now it's ups and downs since we live in the sailboat, and sometimes there are tough times and we like to eat accordingly.
Victory?
Wow, bon appetit. It's ready to eat. So delicious.
Oh yeah.
Healthy and delicious.
That's salad. I'm having salad. Wow, that's spicy. With a radish, really kicks. Amazing, creamy and spicy, crunchy and yummy.
I might get some radish seeds more. Terviseks.
Terviseks.
Woo!
And cheers to you guys. Well, it's been a really good week. We got a lot of things done. We don't know what we're going to get done at any given time because the factors are jumping around and getting in front of us and stepping to the side. And we got a lot of week done, and this week has been good, and we're glad to have it done.
On a great note, tomorrow on Saturday, the windstorm should stop.
Yeah, and everybody's looking forward to a great weekend and better weather ahead, hopefully for you as well, so enjoy. Hey, I want to thank you guys. We did ask last week about subscribing and hitting that bell notification. And we've had some feedback that the bell notification thing actually seems to work. So why not give it a try if you haven't already subscribed? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because with all the changes and everything going on YouTube, this is a great time to subscribe and really help out the channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Thanks for watching
See you next time
on Sailing Liberty.